Welcome everyone to a Python data visualization tutorial. My name is Teddy Petru, and in this video, we're going to explore why Matplotlib figure inches don't match the physical screen inches of your monitor and what to do in order to fix this. So if you've used Matplotlib in the past, you'll be familiar with this term fig size. So the figure size is measured in a unit called figure inches. And the inches by default are 6.4 inches in width by 4.8 inches in height. But most often, these inches don't actually match the physical inches on your screen. So I want to explain why that happens and what you can do in order to make them match. So we're just going to use a little data set, the diamonds data set, and we're going to create some plots and show you what happens. I have to do one configuration change in the Jupyter Notebook. This just avoids a small amount of cropping in your image, although it's not very important. This is just to make sure it matches exactly. So the notebooks crop a little bit by default. So here's a plot. So just carrots and price. But what I really want to show here is that this plot, and what we've done, we've set the figure inches to be 6.4 by 4.8. This is the defaults, but I just wanted to, ensure that this, just to show that this is what really I am setting. So it's supposed to be 6.4 inches by 4.8, and you can't tell by looking at this video because you're not sitting in front of me what the physical screen inches of my actual monitor are. But there's a application for Macs called a free ruler that I can use, and that's what I'm using right here. So this actually will measure the actual physical inches on your screen. So we can see here, it's actually 5 inches in width and 3.75 inches in height. So it does not match the 6.4 by 4.8. And the reason for this is because that the DPI, which is the dots per inch or the pixels per inch for Matplotlib, does not match the dots per inch for your monitor. So by default, the dots per inch for Matplotlib figures is 100. So that 6.4 inches translates to pixels. So really what's being displayed here is 640 pixels in width and 480 pixels in height. Okay, so my monitor's DPI is higher than 100 than Matplotlib's default. And so here's an example. So if your monitor's DPI is, say, 160, so it can fit more pixels into a single inch, then you're going to get a smaller physical figure on your screen. So for instance, say your monitor has 160 dots per inch, or really pixels per inch, then we can just do a simple division, 640 divided by 160, and you'll see that it'll be 4 inches in width and then 3 inches in height. Okay, so that is the reason, is this mismatch between Matplotlib, which has a default of 100 pixels in an inch, versus whatever your monitor's pixels are. So the trick here is to figure out what is your dots per inch. It's not quite so easy. On a Mac, they get scaled down. So I provided this website here, what is my screen resolution, and you can see here that it actually doesn't give you the DPI exactly. It just gives you the height and width, the total number of pixels on your screen. So mine is 1728 by 1117. And I do know that the diagonal in inches for my monitor, so it's 16.125, although the manufacturer just says 16, it really is 16.125. I can use the Pythagorean theorem to then figure out what is the actual pixels per inch. And I see that using this simple formula, I have 128 DPI. So you can use this same formula as well to figure out what your DPI is. And then I can go back here and I can verify that, okay, so since my DPI is 128, Matplotlib produced a picture of 640 pixels. And so I can verify that indeed it was 5 inches in width and 3.75 inches in height. Okay, so that's why I'm getting this 5 by 3.75 measured value on my screen. It's because of this mismatch. My DPI is 128. Matplotlib did it in 100. Now, to make it match, you can actually control the DPI. So you can override the default of 100. I can recreate the image again, and now you can see that it should be right at about 6.4 inches in width. And so we can see here, 4 point, actually off the page. So just put it right in that corner, and it should be 4.8 inches right there. So that's the trick. You set the DPI to your monitor's DPI, and then you'll get that perfect match. All right, so yeah, you can use this DPI for all of your pictures or for all of your images in the future. All right, so if you enjoyed this tip, I have a whole book that covers Matplotlib as well as pandas. It's called Master Data Analysis with Python. It's extremely comprehensive. There is over 70 chapters. There's over 500 exercises. There's certification exams, and goes deep into Matplotlib and all of its settings and things like this DPI figure, so you can really understand what is happening with Matplotlib. All right, so that is it for this tip. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next one.